It's 10 o'clock, so I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. This is a regular Commissioners Court meeting, County of Starr, Tuesday, October 10th. I want to welcome everyone and thank you all for being here. Let the record show that we do have quorum, everyone being present. If everyone would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The minutes, they're not ready now, so if I could have a motion to table them.
I move to table the minutes, Your Honor.
Moved and second to table the minutes. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is approval of claims. Sam, here's Mr. Carter. Good morning. Are the claims in order, Mr. Carter?
I do the move to approve the claims.
I second, Your Honor.
Moved and second to approve claims. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. At this time, before we start with our reports, if there's anyone from out of town that would like to give their presentation at this time, in essence of time, certainly you're welcome to stay for our meeting, but do you have a report? I think you're in executive session, right? Okay. Okay, if not, we'll go ahead and go with our reports. Gas Department, Mr. Alvarez said he was going to be out today.
Good morning, Your Honor and Commissioners Court.
Good morning.
The Starr County Gas Department report is before you. Mr. Alvarez was not able to make it this morning. If you have any questions, I will try to answer as possible as I can. If not, it's there for your review.
Any questions, comments?
Thank you.
Thank you. Transfer station? Mr. Gonzalez?
Good morning, Judge, Commissioner.
Good morning.
I did leave a financial report there on your desk. This month we had a short deficit, but that was because of the three pay period that we had this month, so it kind of worked against us a bit. Other than that, everything else is working and operating normal.
Any questions, comments? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Tax Assessor, Ms. Salinas?
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. The report for September 2017, you have it in front of you. The total wide collections for September 2017 were $289,840. For September 2016, they were $438,375. There was a total difference of $148,545 less than last year. Year-to-date, countywide collections for the current year are $23,981,000. Year-to-date collections for the same last year were $24,308,000. That is a difference of $398,000 less than last year. There was no difference in current collections since the 2016 became delinquent on July. Our total delinquent collections for September of 2017, just for Starr County, were $214,000. Total delinquent collections for September 2016 were $377,000. That's a difference of $112,000 less than last year. Year-to-date for Starr County, delinquent collections are $2,777,000. Year-to-date collections for the same time last year were $2,311,000. That is a difference of $465,000 more than last year. You have the report in front of you. Do you have any questions?
Ma'am, I didn't get to go with you, but based on this year, the projected collections that was expected on the budget, how did we come out, combine the current and the delinquency? Are we still in what we had projected, or the judge had projected in the budget? Taxes
I
and-
will have on next Commissioner's Court, I'll prepare a budget of the overall to answer your question, to have everything, so you can have it in order, so that way you'll be based on the figures.
If I read this report correctly, Ms. Salinas, the year-to-date, the difference, not including attorney's fees, we were under on collections by $398,594.
Right.
And that's the current?
Yes. However, in the delinquent, we were over 465,784. So that would put us about
67.
Yeah, about 66.
About
60.
what they projected last year.
Right.
So we were not short in revenues based on tax, delinquent and current.
Correct.
You don't have to report, that's it.
Okay. So,
Any
any other
other questions?
questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Salinas. County Clerk,
Commissioners, you have the report in front of you, Mr. Gonzalez. If you have any questions, Mr. Gonzalez, we'll more than gladly answer those questions for you.
any questions, comments? Thank you, Adjourned. Sheriff's Department,
Sheriff Department, good morning.
Good morning.
Gentlemen, have the report there. Total revenues for the detention center are $211,690. That is $24,162 more than last month. And we show, on our average, we averaged out 133 federal inmates. For the month of October, that's more, it's 18 more than the previous month.
I think this is a record-breaking federal inmates in a long time that I can recall.
Yeah, what's helping out is the state count is hovering kind of low, about 100. So I'm able to bring in more feds, but we do keep the jail at both 90% with both feds and state inmates. So if we're able to keep the state inmate down, the state count down, then we were able to keep high numbers on the fed side.
Any questions, comments?
Thank you.
Thank you. International Bridge,
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. This is the total revenue for September 2017. The total revenue from traffic for September 2017, it's $220,536. And we show an increase of $17,224.50. That's for the month of September 2017 compared to the month of September 2016. And we also show an increase of $11,770 on the collections for the month of September 2017 compared to the month of August of 2017. We have other collections of $731.16. That's the grand total for September of 2017. It's $221,267.60. And on your second page for the report, I have the totals for the year of 2016-2017. That was $2,598,475. And we have other total inflows. That's going to be $9,039.39. The grand total for the year is $2,607,514.39. That's a total increase of $119,858.50 for the year of 2016, 2017. Do you have any questions?
Any questions?
Thank you.
You know, I just want to state that the bridge did extremely well this year.
Yes, sir.
And, of course, thank you all for the work that you all do.
Thank you very much.
Treasurer, Mr. Peña.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm gonna go over a summary of the reports. They should be already in your package. As of August 31st, the general fund had a very low amount of $179,000, being $75,000 less than the same time last year. The road and bridge fund was at $49,000, being $5,000 less than at the same time last year. The total amount of funds in all bank accounts was $9.7 million, or $700,000 less than at the same time last year. We are working with the county auditor on a solution to the bank to general ledger reconciliations issues dating back to January of 2015. The auditor's office continues working very well with all financial offices. The amount of loans of general and enterprise funds was $4 million, being $1.4 million more than the same time last year. And the Commissioners Court approved an additional $1 million loan that will be due and payable also before the end of this fiscal year. The balance of the county annex building bond was just over $900,000, being $600,000 less than the same time last year. The combined debt for Starr County was $4.9 million, being $722,000 more than at the same time last year. And the county's deposits were well collateralized by the bank at the contract terms. The Starr County unemployment rate for August 2017 decreased by 0.1% to 11.1. The rate from August 2017 compared to August 2016 decreased by an amazing 2.8%. This seasonally adjusted national unemployment rate increased by 0.1% to 4.4%, and Texas was steady at 4.3%. Source, Texas Workforce Commission. This is only a summary of the report. The full monthly treasury report is here on to file with the county clerk's office.
There's one item in the debt service report that I'd like to point out to you that needs attention from the Commissioner's Court. It is a judgment that needs to be addressed. We have a individual continue calling the treasurer's office and he wants to get paid, and all we can do is acknowledge that debt. And because he has papers for that. It's in your debt service page.
You have it by numbers, 3, 4, or what? On the bottom, you have 1, 2.
More or less in the middle.
Huh?
More or less in the middle.
But what's the page number? Pues sí, pero acá está, es lo mismo. Just show us what page. It don't get back.
Debt service.
Yeah, found it.
I get back it.
It's at the very end. 60,000.
Who's that, I mean,
being
Is
a
this,
legal
is this
matter
the one that
something-
had the summary judgment?
Yes.
Okay.
Being it's a legal matter, you all need to discuss
Yeah,
it
we
and.
need to discuss that in executive
Yes.
session.
And see what you want to do with that.
Yeah, but just for, well, we'll discuss in
Discuss it
executive
in
session.
executive session.
Any questions, comments? Okay, thank you. Mr.
Thank you.
President. Auditor?
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. In my report is the cash reconciliation report for the general fund, the road and bridge fund, and the payroll clearing fund. The general fund cash available as of September 30th was $153,430.68. The road and bridge fund was $21,804.27, and the payroll clearing fund had $168,967. The also attached are the year-to-date revenue and expenditure reports for the general fund. The general fund revenue report is actually as of August the 18th. The budget amount was $17,706,886. The year-to-date amount received was $14,968,149. I'm sorry, I left my glasses at home and I'm having trouble reading this, but anyway, the remaining balance to be in the budget was $2,738,327. The percentage received was 84.73%. The general fund expenditure report as of September 30th, the budget amount was $17,726,791. Year-to-date amount expended was $16,932,216. The available to be spent was $331,965, and the percent expended was 98.15%. The report shows that the year-to-date expenditures exceeded revenue by $1,964,167. Also attached are the same reports for the road and bridge fund. The road and bridge fund revenue is also as of August the 18th. The budgeted amount was $5,717,365. The year-to-date actually received was $5,186,925. Balance of $530,443, with 90.72% received. The expenditure report for the road and bridge fund as of September 30th showed the budgeted amount of $5,721,452. Year-to-date actually expended was $5,761,549. The available budget was a negative $40,058. The percent expended was 100.7%. The report shows that the year-to-date expenditures exceeded revenue by $574,587. Item number 4 is a repeat of an information item that I also presented at the last Commissioners Court meeting, and that is that a State Attorney General opinion, KP 160, states that the practice of pre-approving county expenditures, including payroll and related items, is a violation of Local Government Code Sections 113.041, 115.021, and 115.022. Therefore, the practice of using ongoing purchase orders and annual approval of payroll and related items should be discontinued. Item number 5, the auditor wishes to inform all department heads who manage special revenue funds that a budget for each such fund is required to be presented to and approved by Commissioners Court. Special revenue funds are those funds that receive money collected by county offices or officials from fees and charges for service, such as the Courthouse Security Fund, the Archives Management Fund, and the Records Management and Preservation Fund. Since the county-wide budget is already approved, we would like to have the special revenue fund budgets presented to Commissioners Court by the end of November.
Based on this report, we had, in your report here, the over expenditures on the budget, the current budget, what was the total combined road and bridge and general fund? What was the over expenditure on the road and bridge and general fund?
What were they?
This year, this is the report, the ending of this year, correct?
Yes, it is.
So it's a total, on one you have the general fund, 1,964,167. That's over expended on the actual budget, right?
Well, no, that's actual. That's not the budget. That's the.
No.
That's the year-to-date amount
It
expended
says year-to-date.
over the year-to-date amount received in the. That's the year-to-date amounts, not the budget amounts.
But year-to-date,
Year-to-date expenditures exceeded revenue by 1,964,000.
Yes.
that's what the general fund.
You see the year-to-date, look on page 1 of the general fund. The year-to-date expenditures were 16,932,216, which is 1,964,167 greater than the amount received year-to-date of 14,908,149.
And on the road and bridge?
On the road and bridge, on the second page, you see the amount received, 5,186,925, and the year-to-date amount actually expended, 5,761,510. So yes, the expenditures exceeded the revenues.
Right, with 574, 587.
Yes, sir.
So it's a total of $2.4 million, round figures in both, general
Yeah.
fund.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Well, yes, and these, the revenue numbers are not complete yet. The expenditures are, but the revenue numbers are not complete yet. So these revenue numbers are as of August the 18th. So there's still some revenue receipts to be pulled into the computer system.
And really, Mr. Carter, for clarification, this is not necessarily over expenditure. His revenues didn't come in, so therefore expenditures were expended
Well,
as were in the budget. So therefore, that's the reason for that
We're still
shortfall.
at short
Well,
because we didn't,
you know, if you want to-
shortfall,
We
right?
we didn't collect.
Right,
Yes,
but,
we didn't
well,
collect.
we
Revenues-
overspent
Yes.
what we didn't get.
Revenues didn't come in, and you can see on the, for instance, on the road and bridge fund, the amount expended was 5,761,000 compared to the budget amount of 5,721,000. So
Yeah, but either way, we spent over 2.4 million that we spent that we had projected but didn't come in. We're still over.
that's correct.
Correct. That is correct. Thank you, Mr. Carter. Anyone else? If not, we'll move on to item number 6. This is to approve the new vendors list. Mr. Carter, are you okay with that? Okay.
I just want to approve the vendors list.
Nice second. Moved and second to approve the vendors list. Discussion? All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 7, this is just the housekeeping, and this is to authorize the treasurer to transfer monies from countywide to road and bridge, but I guess can we still do that, Mr. Carter?
Yes.
We can? Okay.
I do so move.
I second, Your Honor.
Moved in second, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 8 is an action item, and this is to transfer the duties and responsibilities from the Veteran Service Office to Precinct 1.
Judge, and the new budget, Judge, in this year's budget, the Veteran Service Office was not funded, so I'm asking the court to give me the responsibilities and duties for the Veteran Service Officer, and Leticia will continue to do that.
I do so move, Your Honor.
I second, Your Honor.
Moved in second, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 9 is also an action item, and this is transferring the duties and responsibilities of the emergency coordinator to the fire marshal.
Your Honor, once again, after seeking legal counsel, I was told that it belongs to your office. It was not funded, and it's our obligation to fund it if we want to. So, as of this time, I'm asking the court no action on this item.
I'm sorry, you're asking the court for?
Are you transferring to the fire marshal?
No, sir, it belongs to the county judge, but it is our option to fund it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I didn't understand the motion,
I
Commissioner.
didn't make a motion, Your Honor.
We're gonna table it or what?
Table it?
Okay.
Okay.
Move that we table it.
I'll second the motion.
Moved in second to table, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 10 is an action item, and this is to make Raimundo Garza Lane a public road. Commissioner?
Your Honor, this road has been in existence for, I imagine, for about 30 years, and these people want to get utilities in there, but because it is not a public road, they can't get it done. So, and it's open, but I have to say that I have not maintained it, or the county has not maintained it, but it's wide open, and they want to get utilities to the lots in the back. I just told the people that I would present it to the court, and hopefully we get something going from here, Mr. Escobar. I know you're not familiar with this, but
I think you're authorized to do it, but I don't know if we've got a meets and bounds description of this, right? It's a settlement.
I had him available here. I don't know. I didn't see him. I didn't see him in the packet.
The board is authorized, should it wish to designate this a county road or a public road.
Yeah, the map.
What's your recommendation? Is it being open?
It's open. I want to make it into a public road. I move that we make it into a public road.
I'll second that motion.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 10, oh, that was it. Item 11 is an action item. This is to transfer the oversight of the transfer station landfill.
Your Honor, this is me again on item 11 and 12. I'm going to ask the court to table it for the reason being that we need to find a way to how to combine these two departments together, so maybe we can save some money and cut some staff on it. So I'm going to move to table, Your Honor, for right now.
I'll second that motion.
Moved and second to table item 11 and 12. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13 is an action to appoint and hire courthouse security personnel for the courthouse security, from the courthouse security fund.
Your Honor, I think this is out of sequence. It should have been behind or next to item 15.
You want us to go to 14, 15?
14, yeah, 14, Your Honor.
14, okay. This is an action item, and this is to approve the creation of a countywide courthouse security department and matters pertaining thereto.
I move that we create a county courthouse department, Your Honor, and be placed under the direction or the supervision of Constable Fermin Horta.
I'll second that motion.
I have a motion and a second under discussion. I don't know the legalities, Mr. Escobar, but I did check with TAC and the sheriff's office, and I don't know, I don't see this, captain, or chief, and told us, and they sent some literature, and I believe you all have it in your packet, that the courthouse security falls under the sheriff's department. Do you all have anything to shed on that, chief?
Your Honor, I did contact Paul Miles after you spoke to him on Friday. He did agree with our analysis, or at least my analysis, that 102.017 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure still governs over the local government code, which is 291.003, the control of the courthouse. Which you have indicated, which you have stated, Judge, and you make reference to the control of the courthouse, and the 291.003 of the local government code indicates the county sheriff shall have charge and control of courthouse security, comma, subject to the regulations of the Commissioner's Court. You also reference a committee report which was apparently put together or commissioned by the Texas Judicial Council, and the purpose of that committee recommendation, or the formation of that committee, was to make recommendations for the security of judges. I think there was one judge who had been shot somewhere in central Texas. And so out of that, we had recommendations, which is what you have cited. Out of that came Senate Bill 42. What is interesting about Senate Bill 42 is that it did not make any substantive changes to 102.017 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. 102.017 indicates that the courthouse security fund is under the complete control of the Commissioner's Court, and therefore the County Commissioner's Court is also authorized to hire persons as designated within that statute. That statute indicates, and it has not been changed even under Senate Bill 42, it did not change any substantive reading of 102.017 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. It indicates that there are really four categories of persons that the Commissioner's Court can hire. These are bailiffs, private security, deputy sheriffs, and deputy constables. Because those four categories of personnel have not changed, it would make little sense to indicate that it would be under the sole exclusive authority of the Sheriff's Department, while also indicating those four categories of individuals. It's my opinion that the County Commissioner's Court has the authority to spend from this particular fund after there has been a budget that has been created, and it is also authorized to be able to hire personnel under one of those four categories. I'm confident in that particular of my legal opinion on this. And if the court wishes, then I can seek an Attorney General opinion, but I'm very confident about mine.
Yeah, can you ask for an Attorney General's opinion? Because, and with all due respect, Mr. Escobar, you're the lawyer, I'm not. But my understanding is that those four areas are places that people can, or designated people that can serve as courthouse security, not necessarily that they fall under anyone else. I think it's very clear that the sheriff is the one that oversees it. But if you can get an Attorney General's opinion, I'd be a lot more comfortable.
I will, but my opinion now is that the court is authorized to act. And
Oh, definitely.
And then I will seek an Attorney General opinion.
Yeah, and as far as spending money, totally agree. You know, the court has that authority.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Anything else? Chief, I know you talked about it. Everything said?
Mr. Escobar, that's not exactly, that was the statute that I had in mind, but it does, Mr. Escobar, put some more to it that I didn't know that it had
Okay.
in regards to the authorization of
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Let the record show I abstain. Item 14.
We go to 15, Judge.
We go to 15, Judge, and then 13.
Okay, we were at 14, so we go to 15. Okay, and this is to approve the budget, and I believe we have a copy of the budget.
Yes, Your Honor, you have a copy of your budget here, and I move that we approve the budget as presented, Your Honor.
I second, Your Honor.
Moved and second, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Now we can go to item 13, Your Honor.
Okay, 13 is to appoint and hire courthouse security personnel.
I move that we immediately approve the the hiring of people by Constable Horta. That is my motion.
I second, Your Honor.
Moved in second, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 16 is a action item, and this is to name access road 3 Hart Lane for 911 address purposes. Mr. Alvarez.
This is a road, Your Honor, that it's wide open, maintained by the county, but for some reason, the lady there tells me that it doesn't have a name. It's over there by the, close to the landfill. And the people that live there, they want to name it 3 Hart Lane for all kinds of purposes, 911, FedEx and all that. So I'm gonna move that we name the road 3 Hart Lane. Your Honor.
Second.
Moved in second, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 17 is an action item to transfer oversight Starr County International Bridge from countywide department to Commissioner Precinct 2.
Once again, Your Honor, this is a formality, and I would like to transfer the oversight of the bridge, international bridge, to Commissioner Peña.
I'll second the motion.
Moved in second, discussion, just discussion. It's never been countywide. It's always been Precinct 2.
It is a countywide enterprise, right?
No, sir, we, if you recall at one time, when Commissioner Peña Jr. was here, you all tried to take it away from him, and at that time, it was passed that it would be under Precinct 2. And it had been since the other Commissioner Peña. So, but that, I certainly don't have a problem. Yeah. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 18 is a resolution for the Texas Department of Agriculture Home Delivery Meal Program, application for 2018. I guess this is just to approve the resolution.
I second, Your Honor.
Moved in second, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 19 is action item, and is to approve the presiding judges and clerks for the 2017 amendment election.
Unless anybody has anything, Your Honor, I'll make a motion that we approve the list as presented by election administrator.
I have a motion.
Second, Your Honor.
Second by Commissioner Peña. Discussion? All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 20 is action item, and is to approve the fourth quarter investment report.
This is just information regarding our quarterly investment report. There are currently no known areas of concern for the safety of investments held in Starr County's investment portfolio or in regard to deposits held at any particular contracted institution other than item number 10 below regarding concentration risk. The investment portfolio of idle cash is $2,861,000, $861,081.27, and 100% of it is in certificate of deposits at Lone Star National Bank. Total interest earnings in investments for the fourth quarter fiscal year 2017, being the period of July 1st, 2017 through September 30, 2017, was $2,099.45. As per the terms of the depository contract, the county's amounts in deposits are properly collateralized in accordance with the pledge report from Lone Star National Bank. The county is aware of investment concentration risk, which was reported in the annual county financial audit. The county's investments are currently different maturity dates, but at 100% in CDs and in only one bank. To manage this concentration risk, the investment officer monitors the performance of Lone Star National Bank and its related security pledges very closely. This quarterly investment report for the fourth quarter fiscal year 2017 has been prepared in compliance with the Texas Public Funds Investment Act. Starr County is in compliance with the Texas Public Investment Act. This only executive summary of the complete Starr County quarterly investment report provided to you. Thank you for your consideration in this matter. And the report is attached in the last page.
Any questions, comments? Thank you.
We need to vote on it yet?
Yes.
I move that we approve the fund investment report.
I second, Your Honor.
Moved in second, discussion? All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 21 is an action item, and is to correct the budget line item for Sheriff's Office pertaining to captain's salary, Sheriff. And let me explain, on this one, it was my mistake. On the budget, for some reason, I had 21,000, and the captain is certainly not 21,000.
Judge, in that budget, there's also a formula error in the other expenses, and if you can get both of them done today, it would be better.
It's not an agenda item.
Okay.
We need to work. Yeah. Chief?
Yes, sir.
You want to take the podium for the audio?
Yes, on the budget that was approved, I believe there was a, like the judge says, there was a mistake on the captain's salary. It had 21,000 when it should have been 41,000.
Chief, I thought we took care of it in the order salaries.
Well, yes, it was taken, but we talked to Mr. Carter. He said that it needed to be presented before Commissioner's Court to get it approved here, before we go on to the next step.
Second motion.
Moved in second, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item 22 is an action item, and is to authorize our auditor to make all necessary related inter-fund into the payroll clearing account to process county biweekly payroll, direct deposits, payroll checks, deposits, IRS, anything having to do with payroll, insurance, whatever.
I second, Your Honor.
Moved in second, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 23 is what he talked a little while ago. Now we need to approve payroll expenditures for the payroll for October 13th. Is there a motion to that?
I second, Your Honor.
Moved in second, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir, I wanted to report the amounts.
Okay.
The paper checks to be issued are $89,418.34. The ACH deposits are $245,915.75, for a total of $435,334.09. Of course, then the retirement, the insurance, and the taxes will be in addition to that.
Is that part of the motion? I don't recall who made the motion.
It's part of the
And the
motion.
second?
I second.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 24 is an action item, and this is to accept.
Yes, this is a lease purchase from T-Mobile Tower to accept the payment for October, payment of 2000. That's my motion.
Divide by four or what?
That's a motion.
That's my
Second motion.
Moved in second, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 25 is an action item, and really it's not amending, it's to correct my budget. For some reason, I don't know if it was oversight or not, but the budget has absolutely not one penny left for auto expense in my budget, and that's where we get our fuel, and the ITs get their fuel, and different people get their fuel, so technically we cannot travel, we cannot go anywhere, and we cannot do our function without any fuel. You know, I'm asking that you put back at least, say, 10,000 worth of fuel into my budget.
Make a motion to accept the 10,000 or what's necessary for the fuel. That's the motion.
I second, Your Honor.
Moved in second, discussion.
Where's it going to be moved from, John?
Well, I guess wherever the captain's salary can be moved
Captain's
from.
salary,
Monday?
the captain's salary.
Was it went from 21 to 41, right?
I think you're talking one thing and completely different others.
Well, you know,
A salary is a salary,
I
this
get-
is something else.
but it's still money that
I'm
needs
not
to
saying
be.
I'm opposing, John, where are you gonna get it from?
Mr. Carter, any insight to that? Because monies have to be found for the captain and for this.
What?
There's no way to create money that's not in the budget, so.
Can we amend the budget to project, or a little more revenue? See, there's several things that in the budget, and I didn't want to get into this here publicly, but I'll go ahead and be very brief. For example, the jail, you know, their revenue is gonna be a lot higher, as we saw from here, than was projected. So I think monies can be projected to come in, you know. One is the number of federal prisoners that we have, and secondly is the negotiation, and I feel very comfortable that the captain and the sheriff have talked to me about renegotiating the price per federal prisoner. Currently, we get $52 a day, is that correct? And the negotiation is to 65. Hopefully, it'll end up around 62, which is another $10. That in itself would generate, you know, $80,000. Yes, sir.
Judge, just a suggestion, if this motion was tabled and give myself time to
Okay.
look for that source, and I'll help you.
We can do that, Mr. Carter. I certainly don't have an issue with that, but could we make it retroactive to October 1st? Because, you know, again, this is up to the court, but, because we need to go out and take care of our business, the ITs, myself, you know, everyone else.
Yes, I think we may go.
Well, again, and this is up to the court, but, yeah.
It's up to the court.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go ahead and move to table that item.
I second.
There's a second discussion. All in favor, please, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 26 and 28 are budget amendments. Mr. Carter, are those in order?
Item which, item what?
26 and 28.
26 and 28. Are these budget amendment within their budget?
I would imagine.
I mean,
But
why is it that, why are they asking for this budget amendment? I mean,
I don't know, Mr.
they
Carter?
took,
do we have here in the file?
Almost $200.
Yeah,
Ms. Alias, you're just requesting for $200, the amendment?
you know, from
$200?
capital.
Because I have to pay.
Okay.
Okay.
okay. And the other one is for what?
Rental equipment, capital outlay 200, 200, office supply 200, and telephone 200.
That's all right. I'll do some more too.
I second, Your Honor. I second, Your Honor.
Okay, I have a motion, and a second to approve now on item 28. That one is to move from different departments into what? Into travel, into mileage. That's $2,500.
There's several different line items
Yeah.
where the money is being moved from in that department. There's $500 coming from repair and maintenance, $300 coming from dues, $250 coming from postage, $100 coming from computer update.
Choose.
200, yes, I'm sorry, well, $300 coming from demonstration materials, $100 coming from custodial supplies, $650 coming from office supplies. The total of $2,500
Just for,
I mean, let me ask you something. Why was the mileage increase now that they're asking for? Because now they're cutting down on supplies and everything. To me, in that respect, that, when you cut supplies and all the stuff, that means that to start off, they didn't spend that money that year. Probably they got money left in that budget. I mean, based on what I see, if you're cutting office supplies and all this kind of stuff, to move it to mileage, that means to go travel around, that means they don't need the money for this office supplies and all this kind of stuff.
With things as they are, it would seem that they need to travel more, and apparently they didn't need that postage, that computer update, that custodial supplies. They didn't need them. If it'd be known, they didn't have to have it in the budget. I mean, that's what I see.
And it's my opinion too, because if they're cutting, that means they don't have a need for that amount of money in office supplies or whatever. But now they wanted to.
This budget was approved a year ago, sir.
Oh, this is the old one?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not talking the new budget.
Are we still
Okay,
approving the
Mr.
budget
Carter, we
amendment
got
from
you.
last year?
no, this is this year's.
I thought we were gone last year, that everything was gone for last year.
This is for 2018. I've been informed that this budget amendment is for 2018. So if you have questions about how the budget was formulated, I suggest you take it up with the department head.
Right.
I didn't participate in how this budget was requested. I have no answer to your question.
And I can certainly appreciate what the commissioners are saying, maybe they padded that so they could have a little extra money. But I also see the side from the department head. It's difficult for us to know what is more essential for them. And that's the reason the law allows for budget amendments, because I don't know what they do, well, I do know what they do, but I don't know how they do it. Yeah, it might be that they need to travel to do their job. I don't know. So.
County is a big area geographically.
Yeah.
They have to cover a lot of.
And again, I see both sides, but it's up to what the court wants.
Can we look at do they have any money left over on these items? I'm pretty sure they do.
I don't have that report available to me. I can report to you at the next meeting.
Because
Well, you know what, let me take one item at a time. I think that would simplify matters. Item 26 is the tax assessor's budget amendment, and I had a motion and a second to that, right? All in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? The motion carries. Now I'll skip to item 28, and this
Your
is,
Honor, and I think, for this time, they're changing $2,500 from other line items to go to mileage, right? Well, you couldn't tell me how much was the expenditures for mileage last time, or how much money they had last year's budget. But,
I'll report to you at the next meeting.
why don't we table and let's talk to Ms. Morales, see what's going on? I mean, because I think we need to have some type of a control on this stuff that, changing, cutting line items like supplies and all this kind of stuff and then transfer it to do something else.
And have them justify their mileage. And have them justify their mileage.
so the motion is to table?
If you want to table,
I move that we table it.
I'll second the motion.
Moved and second to table, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Let's go back to item 27. And this is an action item to authorize our tax collector to provide necessary cash advances from collections of taxes to Starr County General Fund for the purpose of fulfilling the payroll clearing obligation. I guess that's the same as what Mr. Carter said. We need to approve everything before they can transfer.
I do so move.
I second, Your Honor.
Moved in second, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 29 is an action item to appoint and approve a contract between Leonel Cantu and the 229 District Attorney's Office for bookkeeping reporting services for financial reporting. Is there a motion to that?
Motion to approve.
Second motion.
Moved and second, discussion. All in favor, please, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 30 is to approve the 17-18 to 29th Judicial District Pretrial Diversion Fund, number 222 budget. You all have it in your packets.
This is Mr. Squat. Is there any?
I move that we approve, Your Honor.
Second.
I have a motion second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 31 is to discuss and take action on the proposal of Rio Bravo Wind Project. However, I would ask that we skip that and come back after executive session and discuss that, if that's okay with the board.
Yeah.
It is 10:50, well, 11 o'clock, and pursuant to section 551.074 and 551.087, we will now go into executive session to discuss order of salaries and to deliberation regarding economic development negotiations. It's 12 o'clock and we're back in open session. Under the item of order of salaries, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion.
Motion to approve order of salaries, Your Honor.
Second.
Okay, motion a second, is that, Commissioner, with the change?
With the change?
Yeah, I'll fix it, Your Honor.
Okay, so with the change that was. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Let me go back to item 31, and this is the tax abatement proposal from Rio Bravo Wind Project by Long Road Energy. After discussing it in executive session, is there a motion?
Your Honor, I would like to make a motion to approve the Rio Bravo Wind Project, which is Long Road's proposed abatement of 75%, subject to finalizing contractual terms and agreements.
Second motion.
I have a motion, a second, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And I believe that's all we have.
Yeah.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, Your Honor.
Second.
Moved in second, all in favor, please, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen.